Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Urban Yogi TV. Today we are talking about 7 common yoga myths and dispelling them. So this is part 2 in our Intro to Yoga series. So we'll be talking about 7 of the common reasons that I've actually come across in terms of why people don't think that yoga is for them. But really, before we look at that, let's look at some statistics. Did you know that over 20 million Americans actually practice yoga on a regular basis? And this is growing at a very, very fast rate every single year. What do I mean by this? I'm basically trying to share with you that this is something that's really picking up awareness, and a lot of people are getting interested, and many people are also experiencing the various health benefits of this practice. So it's time that if you're not doing it, you get started as well. Before we get started on the myths, I thought it would be important to just bring us back again to what I shared in the first video, which is that, yoga's benefits were mostly documented again from personal benefit and ancient scriptures. However, today there's actually quite a heavy investment that's going on in terms of both time and money that's happening pretty much across the world, but especially in India, where they're looking at the health benefits of yoga. In fact, some hospitals also have therapeutic yoga teachers now who come in and support patients with everything from mental peace to faster recovery times, as well as really just building up physical strength. And I think it's something that will keep growing. But despite all of that, there are still several ill-founded myths and misconceptions that have prevented people from starting or maybe even continuing their yoga practice. So here are a few of them. The very first one that I've come across is that yoga is a religion. And I've often heard this from various Christian communities, and I guess it's understandable where this confusion may come from. You see, yes, yoga does come from the Indian tradition, which can make it easy for somebody to tie it to Hinduism and depict it as a religion. But really, yoga is so far from religion. If anything, it's more a philosophy or a way of being and living, so that you are more in harmony, not just with yourself, but with the entire world around you. Sometimes you may hear chants in a yoga class, especially, the chant Om, which is done in the beginning at the end of class. Om is actually said to be the sound of the universe. And today, scientists are actually finding that the universe is moving and expanding consistently. So by chanting Om, we are basically acknowledging that our experience is more a reflection of how the universe is moving. It's a really soothing sound and connects us when we chant it together and helps us relax at the end of it all. And there's actually a video that explains the word Om so much better than I think I could. So I'll leave a link to that in the description box below or in the comments below so that you can watch it, and it'll help you clear out the confusion about why Om is not necessarily a religious thing. The second one that I've often come across is the fact that yoga is too easy. Now, the no pain, no gain mentality is so common in the fitness world, where results are really based on hard work and struggle. But some types of yoga, such as restorative yoga, can help you focus on doing less, but eventually accomplishing more. What you need to know is that unlike other forms of exercise, yoga is a practice that actually requires you to have full attention on your practice. It not just engages your body, but also engages your mind and your emotions, your senses, and your breath, which can, in a way, make it more challenging than it may seem on the surface. I've also come across the fact that yoga is too hard. Now, this is actually my personal experience when I first got started. If you are an Instagram fan, I can tell you it's hard to stay away from these yoga peeps doing the craziest poses and twists, and turning their bodies in ways that seem kind of humanly impossible. And I know it can be very, very intimidating. But the cool thing about yoga is that it actually meets you where you are. Yoga, in fact, enables you to connect with your comfort and discomfort, and in really any good yoga class there will be many alternatives to poses that are provided, so you can really do what feels right for your body. And trust me that if you keep up with a regular practice, the poses that seem challenging can really start to become more attainable than you once imagined. So really just stick with your practice, and what seemed hard will become, very easy as you continue. I've also heard of people saying that yoga is just a fad. Now, if you consider that the yoga philosophy was written almost 2000 years ago, it's not really a fad, right? Fads don't really have such a long lifespan. If it's been around for thousands of years, it means it will continue for thousands more. And the reason is really, really simple. It works. Whether you look at the research that is proving it to the countless stories of life transformation that you've heard from individuals, it really has stood the test of time and past. What is new though is the countless books, workshops, and video modalities of teaching of yoga that honestly I don't think will fade out as soon either. So definitely get on the wagon if you're not on it yet. The other one I've come across, or the fifth one, is that yoga is not accessible for, your physical condition. Yes, of course, there are some conditions that can prevent you from doing yoga. However, overall, it's quite adjustable to where you are so that you can start to reap the benefits that it has. With several styles of yoga that are available to you, you really have to just try out a few and see if they help your condition. Some really good styles to try out, especially if you have challenges or concerns about your physical condition, are, for example, chair yoga, where you have the support of a chair throughout your practice, or even Iyengar yoga, where they use the support of various props so that they can help you achieve, the poses that once may have seemed impossible by making them possible for you. The sixth one that I've come across is the fact that yoga is for women. In today's world, yoga is more popular among women, undoubtedly, but when the practice actually first started, remember I shared with you it was the sages who followed it, and they were all men. So it's really not a gender-specific activity, and although classes can predominantly have women in them, men can also get massive benefits from following a regular practice. The seventh one I get is that I am not flexible enough for yoga. I cannot tell you how many times I will be teaching a class, and every time a new student comes, they'll finish the class and say, I had a fantastic experience, but yeah, I really need to work on my flexibility because I'm really not flexible. And yes, flexibility and strength is actually not a requirement for yoga, but in fact, it's rather a byproduct that you get as a result of regular practice. So whether you're tall or short, thick or thin, young or old, yoga practice will adapt to your body and help you achieve the results that you're looking for. So with this, I hope I've been able to provide a little more clarity in terms of why everybody should be doing yoga, and dispelling a couple of things that might have been holding you back from giving this practice a chance. And if this has inspired you to start your own yoga practice, go ahead and let us know down in the comments how your experience has been. Enjoy.